Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to check the RunCam Phoenix 2 Nano, the nano-sized version of the recently released RunCam Phoenix 2 micro FPV camera. In this video I'm going to quickly go over its features and specs, measure its latency, and then head outdoors and compare it side by side with other equivalent FPV cameras. In terms of packaging, inside the box along with the camera you can find a nano to micro-sized silicone adapter, a 5-pins connector, and a bag with M2 screws that are going to enable you to mount the camera with and without the adapter. In terms of specs, the RunCam Phoenix 2 Nano is almost identical to the micro version, and the only difference between the two, except the size of course, is that the Nano version is using an M8 lens, whereas the micro version is using an M12 lens. So just like the Phoenix 2 Micro, it supports both NTSC and PAL picture formats. You can switch between 4:3 and 16:9 aspect ratios. The input voltage is between 5 to 36 volts, and it's using a 2.1mm lens. The weight of the RunCam Phoenix 2 Nano is 5 grams. Including the Nano to micro adapter, it weighs 5.6 grams, and including the 5-pins connector, it weighs 6.1 grams. In comparison, the weight of the RunCam Phoenix 2 Micro on its own is 8.4 grams. Since it's a nano-sized camera, its back dimensions are 14 by 14mm, and the distance between the back of the camera to the front of the lens is 21.7mm. Connecting the camera to a flight controller or directly to a VTX is done using this provided 5-pins connector. I don't think that it's proprietary, but it's definitely not common, so make sure not to lose it. Here you can see how it looks like after removing the back sticker from the camera, and in my opinion it could have been better if they just used soldering pads instead of this connector, because if it is going to break, it's going to be hard to repair it. Configuring the camera is done using the standard OSD control board, which is not provided inside its box. These settings are identical to the settings of the micro version, and under video setting you'll be able to switch between PAL and NTSC picture formats, and switch between 4:3 and 16:9 aspect ratios. As for latency, according to RunCam, it is identical to the micro version, and after testing both cameras on NTSC and PAL, I can tell you that it's about the same, and it is around 20 milliseconds. In order to measure the latency, I recorded the screen of the Fetchak HDO2 using a GoPro camera at 240 frames per second, which means that every frame is about 4 milliseconds. Then I turned off the light in my room, and as you can see, the room is completely dark, whereas we can still see the light on the screen due to the latency. Then we can count the number of frames until the screen of the HDO2 is going to go completely dark as well. So it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for the screen to go completely dark, which means that the latency is about 36 milliseconds, and after deducting the 50 milliseconds latency of the Fetchak HDO2, it brings us to a latency of about 21 milliseconds. I repeated this test 5 times for each camera and picture format, and you can see the results in the following table. The next thing that I've done is to compare the RunCam Phoenix 2 Nano with other FPV cameras using my side-by-side comparison stand. Each camera is connected to an onboard DVR, and that's the reason the footage that you are about to see is free from VTX interference. I hope you will enjoy the rest of this video, and as always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notifications bell if you're not already subscribed. See you on my next videos, and goodbye.